welcome to the Teeny Tinkers channel. I make ball joint doll and craft related content. Today you're here for the newest video. Okay. Welcome to Coffee and Dollies, the series where I give updates on doll making, content making, collection stuff. But because today is my birthday, we're actually having coffee, cake, and dollies. Now, I was hoping to get coffee cake, but I forgot. And instead we're having coffee, cake, and dollies. There's commas in between everything. We're just gonna go with it, okay? Also, if you haven't seen it, this is the Coffee and Dollies mug. They're available on my website. I took down most of the designs, all the ones that were not popular, but there are Coffee and Dollies mugs still available if you're into that. But I'm getting ahead of myself, and I'll talk about that in the updates. But first, can we just appreciate how cute everybody looks in party hats? Like, they're so cute. So to get us started, let's talk about Teeny Tinkers, dolls, art, and that kind of stuff, updates. Okay, so first update, and speaking of how cute these girls are, today is the last day of the pre-order. It ends tonight at midnight. Usually during Coffee and Dollies, I'll talk about how the latest pre-order went, but we're still like actively in it. So if you want one of these girls, you have until midnight tonight to go nab one. If you need some kind of custom layaway or something, you can message me. I know it's kind of like a weird economic time, and it's really hard right now, so I'm trying to be as flexible as I can, so please do message me, and I will do my best to answer your emails super promptly. But yeah, what I can talk about though is how the Teeny Tinies order went. If you remember, Flora and Gail were up for pre-order, although they are kind of like made to order, so it's kind of like up for made to order in January. Gail was my first new teeny tiny in like a year, and then Flora was like my second new teeny tiny in a year, but also my very first object head. And I could not be more pleased with how she came out, especially since the object head did so well. I don't know, I love object heads, but I wasn't sure that it was going to be a hit. I know that like they're very hit or miss with people, but she was just as popular as Gail, and I was just really surprised about it. But I mean, I love her, but I'm surprised because object heads, like I said, are so hit and miss. So I just wanted to thank everybody for loving them so much. I do have an idea for a new object head teeny tiny, but I haven't even started sculpting it yet, so, you know, until then. So in the kind of category of new Teeny Tinkers dolls, I've been working really, really hard on Raven and Edgar. If you've been around a while, you know that they've had a lot of iterations. They started out super stylized and kind of like cutesy elf fantasy, and they've evolved to more like these girls, more of a semi-real kind of look, and I love them so much, and I was finally happy with them. I did finish the prototypes myself, and that's to help speed things along for my caster because he's pretty backlogged with having to print and finish people's dolls, so I thought I'd help him out a bit and save myself a little time. Next week's video, spoilers, is actually a studio vlog, so it's going to be a kind of process video talking you through what I'm doing, all that kind of stuff, and you'll get to see Raven and Edgar like fully and their pieces come together and all of that. But you're also going to see an update of an old friends? Many friends. I have been working on a new Celestial Squad update, and not just more heads. I updated a chest piece to give a larger chest option to that body. I also made 2 new hand sets for that body, and I'm switching the Celestial Squad to head backs. Previously a faceplate and a head back that like clipped together. But the more I play with dolls and the more I like dress them up and stuff, I actually prefer like a standard head back, both for like numbering and stuff, but also just for like the ease of finding wigs and for things not slipping if people don't get the magnets quite right. I don't want the faces to fall off and chip, especially if you've paid for like a really nice face up or spent a lot of time doing one yourself. Not exactly something I love. Now that said, the magnets in the old headbacks were really strong, but I figure it's just better to be safe going forward, and I'm just gonna be doing like kind of a standardized headback. Oh yeah, and also the thigh peanuts on the slim mini body previously are super duper flexible, but unless your doll is strung really tight, as the doll loosens over time, I've noticed, and I had one customer tell me that they kind of shift back and forth, and it can be kind of hard to get the doll to like do all the great poses that it did when it was strung tightly. Which, like, what's the point of being flexible if you're not stable, you know? So I've actually updated the hip pieces to have a lock. So the thighs and like butt piece have not changed. I've only modified the hip joint, the hip peanut, to fit in there. And it's a lot more stable. You're gonna see that next week. So definitely don't miss that video because lots of cool updates. But as another kind of mini spoiler, of the original Celestial Squad, only Luna, Soleil, and Aura are being updated. Stella and Ciel were not nearly as popular. I believe there were only 2 or 3 of each sold. So not enough to warrant updating them. However, I will be adding a new but old friend into the mix. So comment below and guess who it is. And we'll see who's right. Okay, but even though all of the masters are done and like on their way to the caster, I think actually he might have got them already. But even with all that though, pre-order plans are kind of up in the air right now. In previous pre-orders, I have sold about 25 to 35-ish dolls, more on the last pre-order. And my previous dolls were a lot more kind of niche, and at least I would consider so. Like, they were more like stylized and like weird little friends that you kind of like have a smaller audience, I think. These girls, being more semi-real, garnered a lot more attention. Like, they had more likes on their photos, people were sharing them more, people were talking about them more. The feedback has been amazing on them, and there's a lot of people who are like really hyping them up, and I was super excited about it. However, the economy, their pre-order so far has been fine. I was able to hit the minimum, which is a lot right now. Talking to other doll artists and seeing pre-orders get canceled is a pretty good indicator of how the market is right now. Currently, there's a lot of artist dolls and a lot of artists working to sell their dolls or to like bring their dolls to market, and there's just, people just don't have as much money as they did a couple years ago. Cost of living, other things. There's quite a few artists who are unable to hit their minimums currently, and also having to cancel pre-orders completely. I've seen a couple completely leave the hobby, which is really, really heartbreaking. I had originally planned on doing a Celestial Squad reboot / update pre-order this summer. But first of all, I'm not sure if my caster would be able to cast them that quickly. But second of all, because of those like weird financial times and all that, I'm just really not sure that the demand is there currently. I'm still planning on having Raven and Edgar's pre-order this fall, as long as everything goes well. For the Celestial Squad, my caster has the parts and can move forward with them when I think the time is better. I don't think the time is now, unfortunately, but it will come one of these days. Maybe next year, but for now, I'm going to focus on these girls and then Raven and Edgar this fall and see how that goes. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be doing anything though. I've been seeing this as an opportunity to try out smaller, more affordable dolls, figures, fun stuff like that. I actually have so much stuff in the works right now. Right before this video, I was filming making things. There'll be more of that coming up in a studio vlog in the future, because I'm still actively making things and I don't want to show everything off until I have enough stuff to show. What that looks like right now is actually making stock for Dolls / Anime North. There's an update. I do have a table. Thank you to the amazing people at Dolls North. I have secured an industry guest table or a guest table. If you're going, I'm going to be near the Dolls North display across from Artist Alley. And it will be a super cute display I'm working on. I have to plan out. I'm trying to build up my stock so that I can plan my risers and like everything I need to make or buy or whatever to display. But yeah, I'm really, really excited. It's my first convention. Last time I went to Dolls North was my first convention I'd gone to. This is my first convention I'll be selling at, and if you're in the area, please come check it out. I'm actually creating a prize for Dolls North as well. I'm not gonna spoil that right now. And I believe I'm going to be doing a panel. I think that's part of my guest duties. So that's basically what's going on with that. But anyways, all of that to say, I'm trying to focus on making affordable, fun little things that people can get or to intrigue people. I don't know how they'll do. I don't know if they're more like convention fare or what, but I'm going to try it out. The items I'm working on now are going to be first coming to the convention with me, and then I'll have a stock sale with everything I have left over, and that'll be probably beginning mid-June, I think. Probably beginning of June, I think, will be when that happens. If I have any in-stock MSD dolls or anything, I'll throw those in to the stock sale at the same time. But it's going to be all kinds of stuff. So, like I said, not no sales for 9 months, just no cast pre-orders from this one until at least October. If you've been over to the Teeny Tinkers website lately, you may have noticed I've switched it up just a little bit. The main thing I've switched up right now are the headings, as in like the categories. You're gonna notice that the categories are shop dolls, which is of course going to be like ball jointed dolls, teeny tinies, anything that would fall into the what I would call the standard Teeny Tinkers dolls line. There's also a shop merch, which is where I've moved things like this Coffee and Dollies mug, or, oh, I'm not wearing one, or the t-shirts and sweatshirts that I designed. This is also where you're going to find things like stickers, art prints, anything like that is going to be in this category as well. Even though these things aren't really merch in the way that they say Teeny Tinkers or like refer to specific inside jokes from this channel or anything. I mean, again, Coffee and Dollies mug definitely does. And there are some references. I'm just putting it all under the merch category for now because I feel like that's where it makes the most sense. Because previously it was called shop art. And shop art is now where you're going to find all of the aforementioned random things I've been making. Things like one-of-a-kind art dolls, things like, I don't want to spoil it, but all kinds of stuff. There's not going to be much in there right now. I'll probably have a couple things, but it's definitely a coming soon type thing. So yeah, new categories on the website to kind of better help people find their way around. One thing I did remove from the website is, besides some of the less popular designs, the other thing I've removed from the website is the STL shop. I think when you sell STLs, you really need to do that on, like, there are platforms for that. I don't think people coming to my website were looking for STLs, and I did sell a couple kit prints around Christmas, but I haven't really sold any of them since, so I just went ahead and removed them. Obviously, it's not something people want, so I wasn't too worried. I think, thinking on it, most of the time when people ask to buy my files, they're asking to buy the files for like these guys, and obviously I'm not going to be selling those. You know, I think it was just time to take them down. I will still sell eye and shoe bases for the time being. There was some demand for that, so I don't want to remove those entirely, but yeah. Okay, let's talk about Teeny Tinkers collection, kind of briefly. I had a huge cull of my collection dolls. Now, as I kind of said, the market is really slow, so I have only actually sold about 5 dolls from my collection, maybe 6. I have a bunch for sale, so if anyone is looking for dolls for sale, check out my sales Instagram. It's Instagram at Teeny Tinker Sales, but I don't want to get too into it in this Coffee and Dollies because it's kind of still a work in progress as far as the cull of dolls that's happening, like which dolls are leaving and which ones are staying. So we'll get into that more in the next Coffee and Dollies. I know that's like a super weird brief update. I usually get right into dolls I've had come in, dolls I've had go out. But because it's kind of a weird time and I have a box of dolls that are for sale, that are sitting here by my desk, I figured it's not the moment, because otherwise it's just going to be like a weird limbo thing. Anyways, if you see something you like for sale, feel free to DM me. I am taking offers. I don't bite. I might say no, but I don't bite. Oh, let's talk about content plans and teeny tinkers and like the YouTube channel and socials and all that kind of stuff. First thing, I guess, is I'm really trying to hit 10K over here, guys. I had tried to make it a goal for Christmas last year and it just wasn't happening. I'm just hoping that if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, you could just take a minute and subscribe. I know it's like really cringy asking all the time, especially with sales being slower. Liking, commenting, subscribing does make YouTube like show us more in the like explore, whatever it's called, the explore page, or and it's a really great way to support the content creators or the artists that you like. Believe it or not, YouTube does not pay gloriously. Most of us anyway, so every little bit helps. And if you guys like the content genuinely, again, it really would help us out. And I'm sorry I keep asking, but yeah, it is my goal to hit 10K here. And maybe you could all, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe for my birthday. Okay, anyways. Doll of the Week is back. It's not every single week because it is so hard to find a Doll of the Week every single week, especially, again, because Instagram changed the hashtag system and only like the top X amount show, and it's like the top posts in a certain period, otherwise it disappears. So like, it's not even like, if the top post was 5 likes, it'll show up. That's not it. If it's like, Instagram will just be like, it's not worth our time, and they just won't show it to me. So I really rely on people tagging me in the photos. So if you would like me to see your photo for Doll of the Week, please tag me at Teeny Tinkers. Otherwise, you can email me. I've had a couple people do that now, and that's great. Or you can, I have a Discord. If you want to check that out, go down in the description. There is a Discord, and there's a whole channel just for sharing Teeny Tinkers dolls. There's like other doll shares. There's like arts and crafts stuff. There's like sewing stuff, drawing stuff. We just chit chat in there sometimes. I've been heckin' busy for the last 2 weeks, so I've been like a little quiet in there, honestly. But again, we're about to go in between pre-order periods, and I'm going to have time, and I'm going to be a lot chattier in there. So yeah, check it out if you would like to. And if you would like to be Doll of the Week, that's how you do it. But yeah, Doll of the Week is back. Even though it's kind of like Doll of the Fortnight. Is that what it is? Fortnight? 2 weeks? I'm not changing the name to Doll of the Fortnight though. That's weird. Also, in order to like improve the content I've been making, and in order to kind of like streamline how to make content, because like it is so much work to like come up with video ideas, film the videos in like a way that isn't complete garbage, hopefully. I'm like really working to like line up music better, improve lighting, improve sound, all of that stuff. I'm trying to get better every day, guys. I'm working on it. But it's a lot of work. So something I've done to kind of like make my life a little easier is I've kind of broken down the kind of content I'm going to be offering into kind of, I'm calling them like formats. So the first format is one of the newest ones I've introduced, and that is Hopeful Creation and I's brand new doll collector podcast called Unhinged, a doll collector podcast. At the time of this going up, there only is one episode. We've already filmed the second one. It's being edited, and it's going to be a once a month podcast. The last one was an hour long, so like get ready for like some really long videos. Perfect for like listening to while you're like doing something else or crafting or whatever it is. That's the first format. The second format is studio vlog, which I kind of touched on earlier. Very like process video, a little bit aesthetic, a little bit behind the scenes. Again, I'm trying to work on my camera work a little bit. I am but one person filming myself with a tripod that I think I've broken, to be honest. But I'm doing my best, and I hope it comes across. And yeah, like I said, next week is my first studio vlog. So I'm really excited to see what you guys think of that format. There's obviously this type of video, this format, I'm just calling chat. This is like Coffee and Dollies, or like, I don't know, if I have something else I really want to talk about, that would go into kind of this format. It's a lot more casual. It's a lot more chill. It's just kind of me at my desk and some friends. So that's like a format. I pretty much only plan on using it for Coffee and Dollies, but again, there might be other things. Tag videos would fall into this category. Most of the stuff in this category would be on my second channel, Teeny or Tinkers. If you haven't checked out Teeny or Tinkers, and you like casual content like this, that's where that is. A lot of what's on this channel is a little more formatted, obviously. My other formats are, I think, not a surprise to anyone, but customs, so like doll customizations. It can be of my own dolls, it could be of other artist dolls. Maybe like last week's video where I customized a Blythe I had. Stuff like that, all kinds of doll customs, or like toy customizations or anything like that. There's also going to be info videos, which might be accompanied as a customization or something. I have a couple planned. I want to do a couple like deep dives on different kinds of dolls or on topics, things that I'm not necessarily exploring with Hopeful Creation in the podcast, more just like silly random niche topics. I don't know how long these will be because I haven't actually had a minute to sit and film one, although I have researched partially 2 of them, so, you know. And then finally, I am trying out something kind of new. I have started putting up what I'm calling mini vids, and they're basically right now dress up videos. They can be other things. Maybe they're like a hyperlapsed face up or something, but the idea is that it's a video less than probably 4 minutes long. I would say under 4 or 5 minutes. No voiceover, usually just kind of like an aesthetic ASMR, like I said, like a dress up or something. So I am trialing that here on this channel too. So if you like those, there's gonna be a bunch of those. I know I'd seen some people complaining that there weren't enough dolly dress ups, that people find them really relaxing. So I thought I might try and fill that. But yeah, if those formats sound cool, let me know what formats sound good to you. If the comments are just going to be like people answering individual questions, but you can just like list them out. That's what I do. I watch a video and I'll be commenting, and I'll like go number 1, da 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 da, number 2, da da da. That's how I respond to comments. You don't have to do that. You could leave a comment for every single answer. That's fine by me. And I do try and reply to all the comments. I really try. Sometimes it'll be like 4 days and I'm like, shoot, I haven't looked at the comments, and I'll go and there'll be like 40 comments and I'm like, whoo, we're gonna have to take a minute. And yeah, but I do try and answer them all. I think the only other thing really that I've been doing besides like random and weird and fun little art projects and finishing these guys and making formats and all this other stuff, I've been working on commissions. So I do take maybe 2 commissions a month. But it depends on the size of the commission. Now, these are face-up commissions, drawing commissions. I take sculpting commissions. So I do ball-jointed dolls. I do heads. I do mini figures. I've done... I did a vinyl doll. I didn't make it in vinyl, but I made it to be made in vinyl. And then I made like an action figure recently. I didn't make the whole action figure, but I jointed the action figure. So I can do jointing. I can do all that kind of stuff. I also am interested in doing like one-of-a-kind art dolls or something. That sounds really fun to me. And if you would like any of that done, you can check out my website, teenytinkers.com. There is a commissions section, and it's really vague at the moment because commissions are there's so many different kinds. So it's really hard to like put up pricing or anything like that. So I really just need people to like fill in the form. I was thinking about it, and it could be really fun that if anybody wants to commission me and wants me to include their commission process in a video, not the entire process, of course, but kind of snippets of it, maybe into a studio vlog, kind of compiled like different commission work and stuff, that would be super fun, and I would love to do that. So yeah, commissions are open. I can't necessarily take every commission. I have never missed a deadline, and so far everyone has been really happy, so yeah. But I just wanted to thank all of you for hanging out here with me on my birthday, having some coffee, some cake, and some dollies. If you're already subscribed, thanks so much for subscribing, and if you're new here, I hope you like the content and do consider subscribing. As always, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye!